You know when you find a giant alligator, but I can't catch it. What do we do? It's pretty simple, and that is to pick up your own gun, stand on the side of the shore, be a good hunter there, quietly waiting for its appearance. And the moment the crocodile showed up, shoot him when he's not looking, and sail close to where the crocodile was. Pull it to the surface, and pull it to its own boat. As the crocodile hunting season reaches its final day, the hunters will fight for today too, making final preparations. There was not much difference between people yesterday. The Landrys are in a meeting now. Talk about working so hard today. Can't win this game, although Troy likes to talk a lot, but not in this case. Just make it clear and simple. The trip to the crocodile hunting site, and Troy's place is West Fork. There had been no hunting there for 2 or 3 years. As the two came to yesterday's arrangement, first trap in front of you, Kimchi immediately stepped forward and grabbed the rope, pulled the crocodile directly to the surface. And that's how strong the first one is. This makes Kimchi very exciting. Keep it on the side of the boat. But then something unexpected happened. The crocodile actually tore the rope. The two men immediately began to look for it. With the trail of the crocodile found, Kimchi immediately throws the triangle hook. With the crocodile hooked, immediately start moving it to the boat. As the crocodile is pulled out again, Kimchi is a more sophisticated display of technology. Now that Troy's got a chance, sent the crocodile straight to heaven. As the two men pull the crocodile out, found this one only about 10 feet long, although this one got away with it, but I got pulled back in the end. And on the other side, the Eggar family, also on time for the last day, getting ready for the sprint. Is not a good ranking though, but Daniel has a plan now. That's with a triangle hook and a fish hook, specifically for those giant crocodiles. Since there are only 8 labels left, this will be a good practice. With Daniel and Dorian galloping through the swamp, found a laid-back crocodile. Dorian quickly picked up the hook and throw it right where the crocodile is. As Dorian hooks it in, immediately pull the crocodile to the surface. And that's when it happened. Daniel saw an opportunity. Cut a hole in the alligator's head. With the death of this giant crocodile, the two men immediately pulled him to the boat, and in order to keep catching 10 feet, decided to continue with this approach. At the same time, the Willies, the two, also galloped through the swamp. Since there are only 7 labels left, Willie decides to go to his secret place, trying to catch a giant crocodile there. After all, there was a 12-foot alligator last year. It was caught in these waters. In order to be able to win the game, and win those 350 tags to make more money. Then little Willie picked up the hook too, with the sighting of a crocodile trail. Throw the hook right away, with little Willie successfully hooked. But it got away with it. The two immediately began their search. With bubbles on the surface of the water, little Willie immediately threw it out. With that underwater thing hooked, immediately pull him to the side of the boat. And the moment the crocodile is pulled out, immediately he started rolling in the water. Although the tumbling is intense, but little Willie's still pretty good at it. Gave his father a chance. Just kill him. As the two men pulled the crocodile into the boat, little Willie immediately tagged it and began to search for crocodiles. And Ronnie and Ashley on the other side. The two teams are also discussing plans. To get ahead of the Trojans, Ronnie and Ashley decided to be in the swamp for sophisticated, collaborative hunting. But the two didn't say so. With the two men on board, Ronnie and Timmy saw a floating water bottle. It feels like it might be a crocodile. Ronnie gets in the boat right away. It was indeed a crocodile. Timmy picked up the hook at once, but that's when Ronnie grabbed it. Let Timmy take control of the boat on the side. As the boat approached the water bottle, Ronnie throws the hook right away. As things are pulled to the side of the boat, the crocodile began to roll. Not sure why though. It's got a floater on it. But yes, we can catch this crocodile. 2 people are still very hard. As Ronnie pulls him into the air, Timmy fired the gun right away. As the 2 men pull the crocodile into the boat. Turns out this one's only 9 feet, but they were somewhat satisfied. I didn't expect a crocodile like that. 2 people can have some satisfaction. And on the other side of the pier, Pork Chop, Luron, and Bruce, to be able to win this game, decided to do the research here first. Not that there's a particularly good plan, but now only 2 or 3 inches are needed. You can stay in first place. As the 2 boats parted in the swamp, Luron and Pork Chop are at the first trap. There was a crocodile there, but it took 2 people to get close to the trap. The crocodile was just rolling around like crazy. Just ripped the rope off. Luron took a shot at him right away. Pork Chop's throw hooks, with the crocodile successfully hooked, but the boat is pulled forward by it. But then the crocodile broke free and looked at the hook. That just makes them both stupid. Didn't even think. I can't believe the crocodile got away with it. And Jacob and Don, on the other side, they're sniping at a giant alligator. But the 2 men searched the river for a long time, and there's no alligator. But then Jacob looked through the telescope, found a big crocodile. Don set the Patriots up right away, and aim it right at the alligator's head. Just let the Patriots ring. As the 2 approached, Don immediately throws the hook. As the rope slowly pulls, the crocodile immediately started rolling over there. And Jacob was there the moment his head appeared. I fired my shotgun, although this one is 12 feet long. But they were able to pull him into the boat. Although this one is very big. But if something goes wrong with Troy, then this crocodile won't be enough. And there's Troy and Kimchi on the other side. This side of the harvest is very big. There are now 4 giant crocodiles on board, but in these last few hours, the competitive pressure is enormous. But for the 350 tags, Troy can sail very fast. This is also before the trap. As the two get closer, the pickle immediately hooks the rope. As the crocodile pulls out of the water, Troy also picked up his gun and targeted, but then the crocodile was swaying, although it gives away a lot of locations. But Troy still can't get away with it. After all, the crocodile is now diving back into the water. But the good thing about Kimchi is that it works. Pulled it up in the air. Troy shot him straight in the head, even though this one's only 9 feet long. But the two were quick. Pull this crocodile into the boat. But that still didn't help either of them. 2 people really want to catch the 10-foot and 11-foot crocodiles, and Ashley and Anna on the other side. And now they've caught some giant crocodiles. The two felt the crocodiles be able to secure first place for your team. And after inserting the tag, now there's only 1 label left. After the two drove for half an hour, I was in front of a trap. Ashley gets in the boat right away. Anna immediately stepped forward and grabbed the rope as the crocodile is pulled out. But the hook looks like didn't quite hook it up. Anna immediately put her skills to use. It's completely contained to the side of the boat. But then something happened. The crocodile snapped the barrel of the gun, but Anna pulled it away. I didn't let this gun fall into the water again, even on the crocodile's head, and a small hole was cut as the two pull him into the boat. This 10-foot crocodile and became the last of the season, with Anna taking out the label and put a tail on it. Both also finished the season. Anna also made an important decision, and Daniel and Dorian on the other side. After the fish-up program, the 2 men harvested a number of giant crocodiles. But look at those crocodiles on the boat. Still not enough for Daniel. But now, there is only 1 label left. This last chance must be given. Caught a very large crocodile to finish the season off right. Then they suddenly saw a crocodile. Dorian immediately throws the hook as the rope slowly pulls. Successfully snagged a crocodile in the water. With this one, the two became very excited. Although crocodiles dance in the water, but under Dorian's control, crocodiles can only dance in small areas. But this one is very powerful. It made Dorian feel terrible. But then Daniel fired a bullet, and the death of this crocodile. 2 people quickly pulled it to the boat. And this is a 12-foot alligator. And it's the perfect ending. Then they prepared to go home. And on the other side, the Willis, thanks to its own triangle hook. And now we have 4 giant crocodiles, and none of them are 10 feet under. Then they suddenly saw the trail of a crocodile. Little Willie quickly threw the hook out and began to pull back slowly, with the alligator hooked by Little Willie. Quickly pulled it to the side of the boat. But this crocodile is disgusting. He kept his butt on both of them. This angry Willie saw an opportunity. Just cut a hole in his head as the 2 men pulled the crocodile into the boat. And this 10-foot crocodile gets on board. Willie's face lit up with joy. After all, there isn't a small one yet. And Bruce, south of the marsh. Some labels have also been wiped out, but there are still some. But at Bruce's insistence, it's time for another trap. He immediately sailed closer. As Bruce hooks the rope, the crocodile was also pulled to the surface. Let it get more sun, but the crocodile just kept biting Bruce. This made him very angry. This crocodile bites the hand that feeds him. He just pulled the gun out and put a bullet in the alligator's head. With the death of this giant crocodile, the crocodile was found to be 12 feet tall. It's his best catch of the season. It's also a chance to boost your team's ranking. And Jacob and Don on the other side. The boat is also full of crocodiles. But because you don't know what others have gained, they want to find a giant crocodile and take it to his ship. After 10 minutes on the river with the 2 men, I saw a good trap. Jacob will approach the boat immediately. But Don had a branch on his head, and now it's about to fall off. But Don pulled it off. Otherwise, neither of us knows who's going to get hurt. After Don put the branch down, grabbed the rope right away, and pulled the underwater crocodile to the surface. Although Don was very fast, but the crocodile's dance is not to be underestimated. It's a little hot for the eyes, though, but the effect has been remarkable, just in Jacob's eyes. But it doesn't make much of a difference. I'm still getting killed by it. And this 11-foot alligator, after being pulled into the boat by 2 men, also ended the hunt for the season, plus the 13-foot alligator on the boat. The two felt that their team was sure to win first place. And Ronnie and Timmy on the other side. Today's crocodile harvest is very poor, but the experience too, still very confident, although there is very little time now. But the two still want to catch the giant crocodile. Then Ronnie saw a crocodile, and it looks huge, so he quickly threw the triangle hook. Just missed. So after pulling the hook back, hurriedly threw another hook, and this time Ronnie failed. But Timmy found the crocodile. Didn't let it get out of my hands. As Ronnie slowly pulls back, this time it still missed. I can't believe Ronnie let Timmy drive yourself to the side of the shore, waiting for the crocodile to resurface. With Timmy pulling away, Ronnie waited for half an hour. Crocodiles have also been spotted. Raise your gun and start aiming, and hit it with a bullet. At that moment, Timmy sailed to the side. Follow Ronnie on board and pick up the triangle hook. And after getting to the place, I just threw the hook over, even though Ronnie was carrying a gun. But it didn't affect the operation at all. he managed to contain the crocodile directly to the side of the boat, and even pulled it into the air. And Timmy was there to send the crocodile to heaven. With the death of this giant crocodile, the two also pulled him onto the boat, with Timmy sticking the tag in his tail. Both also ended their hunts for the season, although not guaranteed to win the first. But we have a good chance of beating Troy. Meanwhile, Luron and Pork Chops, after harvesting 4 giant crocodiles, now there is only one label left, and there's only one trap we haven't looked at yet. As the two keep moving forward, soon we were in front of the trap. Grab the rope with the pork chop, but the crocodile won't come out. But under the pull of the pork chop, managed to pull the crocodile to the surface. But this one's still pretty strong. The pork chop is very difficult to pull, but it's good to have Luron on one side. The moment the crocodile's head appeared, I put a hole in his head. With the 11-foot alligator on board, the two understood the gains. I have a good chance of winning first place. But now there are no other labels. This will also be the last one of the season. And on the other side, the Willis. Their boat was also full of crocodiles. There's only one label left. And then suddenly, there's a crocodile. 2 people quickly set sail close. Little Willie threw the hook, with the crocodile caught in its hooks, quickly pulled it to the side of the boat. But this crocodile is very powerful. The constant bobbing in the water, only under little Willie's control. I managed to pull it out. Willie took advantage of that to pull the trigger. But then I realized the gun was jammed. This frightened Willie quickly withdrew the bullet and found an opportunity again. Put a bullet in the alligator's head. And this 11-foot alligator. They pulled him into the boat. Both also completed the hunt for the season, even though this one's only 11 feet. But they felt they could win in this game. Zack and Joey at the same time, after a day of hunting crocodiles. And now there's one last label left. So the 2 men began to search this last giant crocodile. As the 2 continued to search, we also saw a crocodile trail. Zack quickly throws out the hook. It could be pulled off by a crocodile. Zack kept getting pulled down. Even a crocodile at the end pulled straight into the water. The frightened Joey quickly stopped the boat and take over Zack's fishing rod. Let him climb to the boat by himself. With Zack on board, he took the fishing rod again. Joey also picks up the triangle hook. It landed right where the alligator was. With the combined force of the 2, the crocodile was pulled to the boat. Zack also took the opportunity to pick up the gun. Under Joey's tugging, had Zack put a bullet in it. The 2 men quickly caught the crocodile, pulled this 10-foot crocodile into the boat. And then Zack suddenly lost. With the end of the season, they also began to return. And on the other side, there's Troy and Kimchi. The boat is already full of crocodiles. But the 2 still have some doubts about coming out on top. To be able to get those 350 tags, the 2 are still searching for crocodiles. And searched for half an hour. Troy found a laid-back crocodile. Kimchi also quickly picked up the gun and crouched down on the bow and aim. With the Kimchi, the bullet is fired. Troy quickly sailed closer. Kimchi is also close after. Throw the hook out of your hand. But he did not succeed. Troy quickly threw the hook again. As the crocodile is pulled to the boat, they immediately began to pull it up, with this 12-foot alligator being pulled slowly into the boat. Kimchi quickly inserted the label. Both also finished the season. I don't know if I won or lost, but the 2 were happy to return. And by this time, Eggar's team and got together to celebrate. Now the season is finished. And sit around and eat that freshly boiled crab. And the buyer on the other side, the Duffy family. The hunters also gathered together and began to measure out today's harvest. And Ronnie and Ashley, at the same time, also began to measure their own harvest. Although the outcome of the present is unknown, but neither the hunter are very confident in themselves. Measure out to the size of the crowd. The average ranking of the crocodiles is also out. That's the Landry's, by a narrow margin of 9.625 feet, won the results of other hunters. And the day after the results came out, Troy invited the hunters, came to his home to celebrate. Although people are very sad about the result, but big congratulations to Troy, and looking forward to next year's hunt. Well, that's all for this program. Give it a thumbs up, and let's look forward to the next episode.